While many were happy with the news that Sebastian Vettel will continue in F1 beyond 2020 thanks to a deal with Racing Point, some felt that it was unfair that this development came at the cost of Sergio Perez's seat at the team. Team principal Otmar Szafnauer has now revealed the decision-making process behind this development. I'm your host Dillon Shelley, and first up on Formula World, Szafnauer addresses Sergio Perez's departure. Otmar began by explaining that the process was a long one and acknowledged all the positives that Perez brings to the table. We've been talking to Vettel for quite some time, and the final decision was made just before the announcement. It wasn't an easy call to make because Checo has served us well. He's a great racer, a quick driver, and is a safe pair of hands on a Sunday. He also feels that it is a testament to Perez's abilities that it took them so long to come to a decision. I think it's a compliment to Checo that we had to deliberate so long on whether to take a 4-time world champion with all the experience that Seb brings or stay with Checo. He then explained why Sebastian Vettel finally got the nod over Perez. Ultimately, with Aston Martin returning to the sport, I think it's the right decision to get the experience that Seb brings with him, the experience of driving and working for a top team. That's what Aston Martin aspires to be. He reiterated all the good qualities that Perez possesses and has high hopes for his future. Yeah, it will be tough. Checo is a good guy and a great racer who served us well over the years. He was always reliable too. He's a true professional and we look forward to the remaining races with Checo. We hope he can go out on a high and hopefully race against him in the future. He concluded his words by suggesting that they had to pounce on the opportunity presented by Vettel's sudden availability. When a 4-time world champion like Sebastian becomes available, that doesn't happen every day or every year, and we had to consider our options deeply. Fast feed. Renault's managing director Cyril Abiteboul thinks that everyone in the team felt the frustration when the announcement came regarding Daniel Ricciardo's decision to leave the team after this year. This, he feels, was because they felt like they were making progress and were taking steps and the car was going to get better. Daniel Ricciardo, meanwhile, has divulged that if Albon had caught him at the start of the race in Mugello, it might have hurt less, but he just didn't have an answer for Albon's speed. Technical director of the FIA, Nicholas Tombatsis, feels they asked Pirelli to do the impossible with regard to balance between tyre wear and going full throttle throughout the race. AlphaTauri team principal Franz Tost hopes and wishes that Sebastian Vettel will be successful and can win races, but feels that he will hardly be able to compete for the title with Aston Martin. Racing Point's Lance Stroll feels that the criticism will always be there, and that he realised that a long time ago. Everyone has their opinion. He also feels that when you are successful at something, there are people in this world who are frustrated or jealous in any form. They try to pull you down with them, and that's the world we live in. Sebastian Vettel has picked out former F1 driver Mark Webber as his most competitive teammate, as he was already a bit further in his career during their time at Red Bull. He also added that the year with Daniel Ricciardo was short. It was a difficult year in several things, even though he was a strong opponent. Former F1 world champion Jacques Villeneuve feels that Ferrari won't get to the front even in 2022 as the changes concern the chassis and aerodynamics, not the engine. Mercedes will be able to carry over the advantage they already have. And he also thinks that Ferrari could have been the Mercedes of today, but they let go of so many talented engineers, most of all because they were not Italian. Who was Vettel's toughest teammate in F1? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.